What's up, everybody? We are back here for another episode of Business Bites, your one-stop podcast for everything you need to know to grow your restaurant or food business to the next level. This is our first episode that we are recording here in 2024. Our other episodes we recorded at the end of 2023, and super excited to be here. We were supposed to get this episode out a little bit earlier. Unfortunately, the first week of the new year, I just got kicked in the butt with a really bad cold, and so lost my voice and was not able to do a podcast because I'm sure you wouldn't want to hear some guy like talking like this. So I wanted to make sure I got this one out. I had really put some time into preparing for this because, we've talked about things that you need to work on in 2024. We've had our first episode with Paul Train on. We've got 2 more coming out with him. We've got some other incredible guests, but I really want to talk to you guys about shifting your mind as far as your marketing goes when it comes to specifically your restaurant and most food businesses. We kind of in the past have kind of made fun of businesses that haven't adapted to using social media, and they use the traditional forms of marketing through radio or TV, these more traditional forms that have worked in the past. And I'm gonna talk to you guys about another form of content or another form of marketing that is slowly dying off. Like let's be honest, radio and TV still work to a certain extent, but their effectiveness has diluted over time, right? Because at some point it hits a mass inflection point where everybody's adapted or adopted it, and the cost becomes much more difficult, right, to actually acquire customers and to make money. So the cost of the service goes up, meaning your radio commercials get more expensive, but there's more competition, so the amount of new business that you get is down. And that same statement can be said now for social media marketing. Now, we are an agency that one of our services is social media, but there are so many of you that are out there running your business, and you're thinking the thing that you're missing is hiring some guy with an expensive camera like this, or going out and buying a camera like this and creating high quality visual content. Now, to a certain extent, that is true. That is a part of what you should be doing in your marketing, but it is not the way to grow your business. You have to think about, let's talk about Facebook and Instagram, for example, right? You can look up their stock ticker symbol, Meta, and you can see that the company is a publicly traded company. Now, let me ask you, how does Facebook make money? How does Instagram make money? Meta as a whole, right, which is Facebook and Instagram, how do they make money? They make money by businesses like ours advertising on their platforms, paid advertising, right? So if you aren't paying for something, more than likely you are the product. And so when you're a business trying to grow organically and you're not leveraging all the tools on the platform's going to suppress your amount of reach. Now, when a platform like TikTok, Instagram, any of these platforms, YouTube Shorts first comes out, there is a huge opportunity in the beginning, slowly decreasing over time, because these platforms, they're like drug dealers. They want to sell you this dopamine of the virality, right? We think of TikTok in 2020, 2021. You'd hear about people just exploding on there out of nowhere. But there are people that still think that same level of growth is available on TikTok, Instagram, and whatever other platforms you're marketing on, that they can still get that same level of virality. So that means you're operating your business in 2024 like it's 2020. Or if you're talking about Instagram, I'm going to be very frank with you, Instagram has not been a viable platform to organically grow on quickly since probably 2016 or 2017. Because there's a point when the amount of users on the platform allow these platforms to launch out paid advertising. And what they're going to do is, as paid advertising picks up, they're going to decrease the amount of your organic reach. So when you're hiring guys and spending thousands of dollars on high quality videos using cameras like this, which, don't get me wrong, it's an important part of your marketing, but it is not marketing. And there are so many companies that we reach out to and they go, oh, I'm already doing marketing. Okay, so you're posting content on Instagram. That is an activity within your marketing strategy, but it is not your marketing strategy. And that is a huge difference from what used to be viable marketing for your business, was just simply posting on social media. And, the more money you spend on the videos, you think the more engagement you're going to get. And that's not the truth. The reality is that is a piece of your marketing strategy that you need to look at as just a piece. And then the other piece that you really need to think about is, how are we attracting new people to our page? Organic will not get you that mass amount of adoption of acquiring hundreds of new followers. And so today I want to talk to you guys about how you're going to do this. And I talked to you in the last episode a little bit about some of the things that you need to be focused on, but this is so critical. If you're coming into 2024 going, I'm going to hire a videographer to create these sick videos for me. Okay, well, first and foremost, you're posting them. So that means all you're getting is a high quality piece of content, but not strategically posted. And so you're hiring a guy that creates great content, which important thing if you're going to hire somebody that is creating content, you want them to be good, right? But then on top of it, so now you have a great piece of content that you don't know what to do with. So you just post it on social media. Maybe throw a couple hashtags on there and hope that hundreds of new people come to your restaurant. Well, the reality is you're going to go spend $1,000 to $1,500 on a video production campaign with a videographer, freelancer, an agency, right? And then you're going to go and post these over a period of time. And you're unfortunately not going to see the results that you hope for. So you're going to think marketing doesn't work. No, the problem is you only did one piece of the puzzle. You missed out on the important aspects, which is driving new eyeballs to your brand. And this is why I'm so critical on leveraging influencer marketing and paid advertising, because that's your amplification. That's how your brand is going to get exposed to more eyeballs. You're either going to pay with money through paid advertising or influencer marketing, or you're going to pay with time. And the reality is when you're paying for time or paying with time, that you're going to spend significantly more money because of your rent, your overhead, your cost of food, all the things that go into operating a business. If you are operating in a deficit, meaning you're in the red, not making money, you're losing money as a business, then the reality is you don't have time. And so for you to spend $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 on a paid ads campaign, which is going to allow you to attract potentially hundreds of new people to your business, that money spent in that 30-day period may seem like a lot, but I assure you, you are going to spend that over the next 12 months while you wait for business to come in your restaurant, because you're going to be losing money on overhead. You're going to be losing money on rent. You're going to be losing money on food waste. And the reality is you're going to spend the money either way. You're either going to spend it now to get the business, or you're going to spend it over time waiting for the business. It's up to you. And so why this is so important is because 99.9% of your competitors are thinking the exact same way that you are. And so if you want to separate them from yourself, or separate yourself from them, the reality is you have to do what others aren't doing. But most business owners wait till it is so obvious that something works before they jump on it. And that's why I stress so much to people about testing platforms, testing different systems. Most restaurants, and once again, 99.9% of restaurants are not leveraging SMS or push notification or email marketing for their customers. And because they're not doing that, they're missing out on tons of money. Why do you think Starbucks does this? Why do you think Chipotle does this? Why do you think so many businesses that have their customer data are leveraging these tools? Because it works. But so many of you are afraid of doing it because you're like, I don't know, nobody else in my town is doing it. But if you're the first one, if you get then first mover advantage, you have the greatest level of opportunity to change your business and be the first one in the market to make these moves. Our clients that are leveraging these strategies, in particular around SMS, email, and push notification marketing, are making tons of money versus all the competitors. I had a meeting yesterday with one of our clients who all his restaurant locations are up, and he was expecting that in the month of December, they were going to be down. And he's like, I'm talking to all my friends in the industry and they're all down in the month of December, but all my restaurants are up. And he goes, the only thing that I can equate to is the fact that you are marketing our restaurants the correct way. And I don't say that to brag about us, but I say that to stress that the strategy that we're using, which is a multi-pronged strategy, which includes leveraging Google, leveraging Yelp, leveraging social media, leveraging email marketing, leveraging, SEO. These different things are what allow your restaurant to stand out from the competition and create that first mover advantage. When nobody else in your industry is emailing, nobody else in your industry is sending in text messages, nobody else in your industry is running ads, that is your opportunity to acquire customers at a dirt cheap cost. Now, if your whole market is doing these things, you are going to acquire customers at a significantly higher cost. It's going to be much more difficult to acquire or reacquire those customers because it's now mass adoption. Everybody's doing it. So don't be the restaurant or the food business that's doing the same thing as everybody else. You have to be the first mover advantage. Now, one thing that I really like to look at when I'm thinking about our industry is thinking about the e-commerce industry. Look at what so many of them have been doing. I think the food industry is in this massive disruption period where a lot of it was triggered by companies like DoorDash and Uber Eats that all of a sudden made a physical restaurant become digital through these online platforms. Well, you have to think about that for your business. We all hate Uber Eats and DoorDash from a business standpoint because they take such a large percentage of our revenue on every transaction. But we have to look at it and go, how can I get what they're doing without losing that 30%, right? Without losing that customer experience of having a digital ordering experience. Well, that means you have to come up with an online ordering system, or you have to come up with an app. And there are some amazing companies that we work with that provide these services for free and will allow you to have a digital experience for your customer that allow you to own your customer at no cost to you. So you're not giving up that 30% anymore, or whatever percent you're paying, right? Could be less than that. Could be 15 or 20%, depending on what deal you have set up with these third-party platforms. But there's a way for you to then acquire that customer data. You can create a reward system. You can create, a campaign where people sign up to get specials and deals from your business. There are so many ways to acquire that data and then act as if you're the DoorDashes of the world and leveraging push notifications, leveraging SMS and email marketing to then keep those customers coming back over and over and over again. And so when you're thinking about marketing your business, you have to evolve your mindset. I'm not talking about this stuff because I just think it's a cool idea. I'm telling you this because this is what the biggest players in the industry are doing. And the people that are leveraging this, our own clients that are leveraging this, are seeing massive rewards. Now, we have clients too, I'm not going to lie, that will be slow to giving us access to the rewards program. And they're like, well, I gave you access to our Instagram, market us. And I go, but you are sitting on data. You're sitting on 5,000 plus people inside of your reward system that we can be continuously remarketing to. And when you go through these reward systems, many of them will show you the last time that they've used it. And it can be a year, 2 years ago, 4 months ago, 5 months ago, 6 months ago. And all those people are customers that should be coming back in over and over and over again, but you're not top of mind for them because you're not continuously marketing them. And if Instagram and Facebook and TikTok are suppressing your reach on your videos and showing it to less than 10% of your followers, that means that the people that are following you, maybe those customers that are in your reward system, aren't even seeing your content, which means you're not top of mind, which means you're doing something that is not actually impacting your business as much as you think it is. And so the reality is you have to figure out a way to cut out the third-party platforms, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, DoorDash, Uber Eats, and finding ways to go direct to customers. And that's exactly what e-commerce businesses have done. There's a reason that Amazon isn't the only platform online where you can buy things. Many brands, most brands, have their own dedicated online store where you can purchase it from them. And when you purchase it from them, you're going to get emails, you're going to get SMS marketing, you're going to get retargeted ads on social media. These things are what you need to be looking at. You need to be looking at the e-commerce industry because the e-commerce industry is where restaurants are going to be in the next 3 to 5 years. And so the reality is, and I can't wait to clip this podcast in like 3 to 5 years and be like, look, at 3 years ago, I was talking about this, and now look, every restaurant is doing it. And so I'm telling you, I am going to be right. I promise you. And if I'm wrong, hit me up. We'll figure something out. We'll give you some free marketing and help you out. But the reality is, in 3 years from now, I assure you that more than 50% of your competition will be leveraging these tactics. And so right now is your opportunity, your golden goose. This is your biggest opportunity for you to blow up your business. But if you're not doing this, I'm telling you, you are going to miss out on so much revenue, and more importantly, positioning yourself as the premier restaurant in your area based upon your marketing. And so when you're spending thousands of dollars on some video production company or a freelancer to create videos for you, to post on social media and hope that people find you, you are missing out and you are burning cash. You need to be hiring teams that can actually provide a multi-pronged social media strategy or marketing strategy for your restaurant or food business that will help you hit these multiple facets. The reality is you have too much on your plate. You're running your restaurant. You might be the head chef. You might be your operations manager, your general manager. You might be the head bartender. Who knows what you're doing? But the reality is if you're running a restaurant, you're probably not helping customers at the cash register. You're probably not serving the food. You're probably not the head chef. You're probably not the head bartender doing all those things at once. You have different people doing different things. And the reality is when you hire somebody to come in and just shoot video, that's like you hiring somebody just to be a server and not having a cook. Who's going to deliver the food? And that's the same situation when it comes to your marketing. You cannot use just a video production company or a videographer because the reality is you're only hitting one part of your marketing strategy. Simple marketing through radio, TV, social media, just doing one channel marketing is no longer a viable strategy for growing your business the way that you expect it. Too many people will hire an agency. They'll post a few videos on social media. They won't get the flood of new business, and then they'll go, marketing doesn't work. But the reality is your marketing strategy didn't work because you were using a single platform marketing strategy, and that is something of the past. That is like how many of you reference radio commercials or TV ads. Those are things of the past. But those things are still viable and can be a piece of your marketing strategy. And so moving forward, the marketing strategy of 2024 and for the foreseeable future is a multi-pronged platform approach. Because as we've seen, there's more and more platforms popping up. There's more and more different ways to reach those customers through email, SMS, push notifications, which are tools that have just recently become available to many restaurants. Email marketing has been around for a long time, but with the adoption of rewards programs, we've been able to acquire a lot more customer contacts. And I've talked about this before. Too many restaurant owners think that by giving a discount campaign out, that you're just giving money away. But the reality is you're giving a discount in exchange for your customers' information. So when you're collecting phone numbers and emails, those are some of the most valuable assets that you can acquire as a restaurant owner. Because when that person comes in once and you get their phone number and their email, you now own that customer data and can continuously market to them to ensure they come back for a second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth visit and become a lifelong customer of your restaurant or your food business and continuously purchase from you. Too many people are thinking about customer acquisition and not LTV, which is lifetime value. I don't really care how much it costs to acquire a customer if I know that my LTV systems are in place so that I can get that customer not purchase once, but to purchase 10, 20, 30 times and become this lifelong customer that spends tens of thousands of dollars at my restaurants, not just $150 one time. So if you are serious about growing your business, you have to think about this multi-pronged approach. You have to throw out that traditional form of marketing that's been popular for the last, 5 to 10 years of hiring some guy with a really expensive camera to come in and create this super sick, high quality video. But the reality is that video will not perform like you expect it. You're going to be disappointed and you're going to feel like marketing doesn't work. But the reality is your marketing strategy didn't work. So guys, I'm dead serious. This is going to be something that you're either going to be so happy you listen to this podcast and you implement it in your business, or you're going to be so pissed that you didn't implement this in your business and you missed out on one of the biggest opportunities. So if you're serious about growing your food business or your restaurant business, you have to think about developing a multi-pronged approach that should incorporate a few things: social media marketing, organic, paid social media advertising, influencer marketing, because those two, ads and influencer marketing, are going to be your amplification. That's how you're going to acquire a ton of new eyeballs. And then most importantly, your SMS, email marketing, and your push notifications. That is going to be how you retain them. So if you think about it like a marketing funnel, we're going to think about acquiring customers, which is going to be your top of funnel. That's going to be your ads and your influencers. Your middle of funnel is going to be your high quality content, because once you acquire that customer, they're going to look at your Instagram. They're going to look at your TikTok. They're going to look at your Facebook, and they're going to see all this beautiful content of your food, going to get their mouth watering, going to get them excited to buy from you. And then most importantly, the middle funnel is going to be your content. Your bottom of funnel is going to be your SMS, email, and push notification marketing, which is then going to continuously remarket to them so that you can continuously have them come back over and over and over to your restaurant. So you have to think about this marketing funnel as your strategy to being able to effectively grow your restaurant or food business. All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I was really excited to talk about this because I see more and more people paying money just for video production. And video production is a great tool. I don't want to badmouth any freelancers or marketing production agencies, but that's only one piece of it. And too many of these agencies are selling their service as a solution for your business's downfalls and helping your business get all these customers. When the reality is high quality content is not going to acquire customers the way that you need it to grow your business. In the competitive landscape of restaurants and food businesses, there's more and more people popping up, and the people that implement these strategies are going to be the winners, and the people that don't are going to be the losers, and they're going to be the ones that struggle and still are the ones that are always working in their business and not working on their business because they don't have the money to be able to effectively do this. So guys, be serious about this. Like really, really look at how you can do this. And you guys can reach out to me on social media. You can reach out to us on social media, our agency, the levelup.group. You can reach out to me, the Billy Anderson, and I will be happy to share with you how you can implement this, what could work for you guys. And if you're really, really serious about getting an agency that can actually provide these services, that's what our agency does. We specialize in working with food and restaurant businesses on implementing our full service package because it's not a single platform approach. It's a multi-pronged approach, and you have to have all these things in place for your business to grow aggressively and the way that you want it. If you're serious about getting financial freedom, opening multiple locations, creating a franchise, you can't just have a strong social media presence. You have to have all these things in place because you want to create success at scale, and it will only happen with this multi-pronged approach. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you got anything from it, share it with a friend that's in the industry. Share it with somebody that might be interested in this. That's the only way this podcast grows. It's a new podcast, and we want to see this be successful. The average podcast only makes it 7 episodes. I assure you that we are going to make it significantly more than that because the restaurant space, there isn't marketing strategies like this. There isn't business tactics like what we're going to be talking about that's out there. There's a lot of, general topics about menu and pricing and all that kind of stuff, which is all important. But the problem that most of you have is that you don't have enough customers and you don't have a way of retaining those customers. And so if you're not implementing these, you're going to miss out and your business isn't going to grow the way you want it to be. So please share this out. Please engage with it. That's the way that we know that you are enjoying it. If there's topics that you want us to talk about, drop a comment on our YouTube, drop a comment on our social media, email us, message us. We want to be able to provide the value, guys, that you guys are looking for. And again, if you are looking for an agency to help grow your restaurant, please reach out to us because that's what we do. And whether you're on the West Coast or anywhere in the United States, we can provide a service for you or give you a contact of somebody that can provide a solution for you, because I don't want to say that we're the only agency out there. Do I think that we're the best agency for this? Absolutely. But depending on where you're at, we may or may not be able to facilitate those services, but we'll always provide you value. I never want to leave anybody stuck or feeling left alone. I want them to know that there is a solution and we can provide it to you. If it is a price point that you need and we can't offer it because we're not cheap, we have people that I can connect you with that can help you. I can give you strategies to how you can implement certain things by yourself. Because the reality is if you don't have the money to be able to implement this, then you're probably should be doing it yourself. And if you don't have the time or the money, you're probably spending your money and your time wrong. So we've got to talk about how you're spending your money and how you're spending your time so that you can create the money and the time to be able to do this kind of stuff. So again, I appreciate you guys. This podcast is hosted by our agency, the Level Up Group. We specialize in restaurant and food marketing. And so if you're serious about growing your food business, reach out to us and we'll help you. But make sure you tune in for our podcast every single week where we teach you how to grow your restaurant and food business. So with that, we'll see you guys back here for the next episode.